What's up, guys? It's Caliber 724, and I'm here with a video for you guys today. So basically, today we're going to be talking about dividend investing and the basics of dividend investing. So first off, we want to kind of figure out what is dividend investing. If we go into Google and search what is dividend investing, you'll get like some searches here. And basically what it says here is dividend investing can be a great investment strategy for investors, but there are several things investors should be aware of. Sorry, I'm tired right now. My bad. Yeah, but I've been trying to do this video, but my phone has been kind of acting up lately. But basically, you get the gist here, what it says here. But to kind of like sum it up, basically dividend investing is you're investing your money into companies that give dividends to its shareholders, basically. And the basics of dividend investing. Now, I'm not a financial expert or anything like that. I'm one who actually does this for myself. Like, I'm experimenting with it and I'm kind of like sharing my knowledge on it. And it's actually pretty cool. So, basically, if we go out of there and, for instance, I actually purchased some shares of a company by the name of MFA Financial Inc. And basically, they're paying 20 cents per share that you own. And at this moment, I own about 9 shares. Like, I actually kind of like took 40 something odd dollars or whatever and put some money towards that. So that way I can get these shares, and actually purchased it on the ExDividend date, which is June 24th. Now, hopefully, it actually processed and everything like that, because I did it at the last second, the last minute, actually 3:59. So that's pretty interesting. So if we go over here to this little chart now, I'm on the dividend page for this company, and they are it says here that the declared date was June 14th, 2016. So basically, this is the date that they actually released this information for the ex-dividend date, record date, and all that stuff. Now, if we go over to ex-dividend date, if you think about like the day before the exam, okay, the day before the exam, or if you're thinking about school. But basically, the ex-dividend date is the date that you must purchase the share by in order to get the dividend for that share. So let's say, for instance, company XYZ releases a share on, or declares, wow, who was that? Sorry about that. Kind of got distracted. I heard something outside. But basically, let's say company XYZ declares on June 21st that the ex-dividend date for their dividend that they're going to be paying out, it's going to be, the ex-dividend date is going to be July 21st, right? And let's say, for instance, they say that the ex-dividend date is July 21st. I repeated myself right there, but the record date is actually going to be 3 days after that. Now, here we have June 24th, and then the record date is June 28th. Now, basically, this is like, what, 3 days after. So you got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So on Tuesday, that's when the record date is. 3 days 3 days is how long it takes for the actual transaction to process, and in the record books it takes 3 days in order for the company to see your name as a shareholder. So if I were to buy on the 25th, that means that by the 28th, I would not be in the record books of owning the shares, simply because it takes 3 days for the process. So basically, you know, it'll be on record that I own those shares on the 29th. But the thing is, your name has to be in the record books for that company as far as buying the shares or owning the shares by the 28th. So if I were to buy it on the 23rd, I would be fine, because then, you know, on that Monday, the 27th, my name will be in the record book as owning those shares. So it's kind of simple if you think about it. Think about if you see a company releasing a ex-dividend date of basically June 21st, 2016, for an example, you know, that's on like a Monday or whatever. Not saying that it is, but let's say it's on a Monday. And actually, let's check that out just to kind of get off that page, whatever. So let's say, for instance, company XYZ says that their ex-dividend date is the 21st. That is on a Thursday. So basically, you count 3 business days. Don't count the weekends, because they're not open. The market is not open on the weekends. So you would count that Thursday plus the 22nd, and then you will go to the 25th, because those 2 days, the 23rd and the 24th, the market is not open. So on the 25th is when that record date would be for company XYZ. So that's basically the basic idea of it, right? So then you would go to, of course, the payable. That's the pay date that the company would pay all the shareholders. Now, for instance, on this, it says that the payable date or payable is on July 29th. So that means that if right now I own 9 shares of MFA Financial, MFA Financial Inc. I own about 9 shares right now. And that will mean that on July 29th, I will receive a total dividend of $1.80, simply because I own 9 shares multiplied by the dividend payout per share. So it's 20 cents per share. Then that means $1.80. So that's pretty cool. And as you can see here, this is the dividend amount. Now, some companies may not have their dividend page on their website, and that's kind of weird. But basically, that kind of segues into just the general idea. Mainly, you want to do your research on the companies that you want to invest in. This is a simple and, well-known fact. When you are investing your money, you want to know where your money is going, who's going to be spending it, how well they're going to be spending it, if they're going to make any profits, how well that company is doing. And you just want to basically make sure that your money is going to a good place. You don't want to invest in a company that basically throws their money away, and you got nothing to show for it because their stocks drop down, or they're not making any profits, because then that means that you're losing money. Your money is sinking. Your money is deteriorating. So you want to invest in companies that you know of, such as like a well-known company is Coca-Cola, right? So Coca-Cola is, oh, you can probably you can probably hear sirens in the background, but basically you want to make sure that the company is doing well. So Coca-Cola is doing well. You buy a share of Coca-Cola, or another instance that's is rival Pepsi or Clorox or UPS, or these are all well-known companies, but you kind of want to go within your budget range. Like if you only have at the moment $25, there are companies that do their shares for less than 10 or around 5. Just like I showed you before in the previous video, the calendar method, I showed you that I had shares that was like $1, and that's what I started out with. And they pay, you know, 1 cent per share, 2 cents per share, three, and it helps you kind of build on what you have. You want to start small, and then if you have the money to go big and buy like a $130 share of whatever company, then you do that. But you gotta make sure you do your research. So basically, this is the website that I use to kind of scout out what. Goodness, what are they doing? Well, all right. Jolly good show. Wow. Okay. That was kind of weird. Like, whoa. But basically, what the world is going on here? Huh. Goodness gracious. I'm trying to do a video here and somebody's being chased by the police. I don't know. But uh I kind of lost track of where I was. But basically, this is the website that I use to kind of like scout out what companies I want to, try and invest in. And basically, this is where I go first. And I choose, like I said, I choose my date that I want to do. Like, for instance, let's do the, um, where is it? Where is it? Okay. The 24th, June 24th. If you look here, MFA Financial, you got 20 cents per share. The dividend yield is 11%. And the dividend X date is the day that I purchased it on. And if I click on that, then it'll show me how much that share is. And as you can see here, it's $7.13. But I bought my shares for about $7, and then I bought some that was $6.99. And basically that's like a bargain. That's a bargain. And I just kind of want to show you what I do to kind of measure how much I'm getting back for my investment. So if I were to go here and let's say let's round it up to $7, right? Let's say I paid $7 for each share. Well, the dividend is 20 cents. So I would type in 0.20. You divide that by the amount that you paid. So let's say, $7, right? If I press enter, then I'm getting a 2% return on my investment. Yes, that's not a whole lot, but considering other dividends, if you kind of do this equation with other dividends and their prices, then basically you will see the percent. This is the percent yield or payback, the percent payback ratio that you get. So it's a good deal as far as like as far as that. And then on top of that, this is like a quarterly frequency, pay frequency. So basically, this company pays quarterly. It pays. They pay like I'm trying to go out. So if I let's say I go to FA F, I mean MFA Dividend 2016. If I go to the Nasdaq page, then it'll basically show me the same thing that it showed for the website. Okay, so you got the ex-dividend date of 6/24/16, and then cash amount, which is the dividend amount, 20 cents. They usually when it's like digits like that, then they'll kind of like take off the zero on the end. But yeah, the declaration date was the 14th, and then the pay date is 7/29/2016. So basically, and then you kind of use that to verify it, because Nasdaq is uh, a good website to check as far as like the dividend dates and stuff like that. So, because I believe these companies report to the Nasdaq, I guess I don't know, but that's what I use. And then Dividend.com, it's an okay site. I used to use it, but then again, I just kind of stopped simply because it was just a little too much to navigate. It wasn't really showing me anything. But basically, that's what it is. And then you search that company, just like you've seen. I was on the MFA website. Where is it at? Okay, here we go. So if I go up here, go to the you can go to the company information up here, financial reports, SEC filings, stock information, press releases, webcasts and presentations, email alerts, and all that stuff. Company information, senior management team, you got all of that contact information, all of that. Financial reports, you know, and you just look up here, 2015 annual report shows you how much they made the annual term and for that whole year, all that stuff. And they just post these on their website simply because investors, they want to show the investors, okay, this is how much I made, this is how much profit I made, this is where the profit went to, this is how much I paid in dividends over this amount of time, when I paid my dividends and all that stuff, or paid all the dividends out to the shareholders and all that stuff. Then you got quarterly and other reports. So you got the Q1, Q3, Q2, all that stuff for 2000, every single year that they did that. As you can see here, all the way back from 2009, proxies, statements, all that stuff. So, and then you can download it here. Let's say I wanted to download their 2015 annual report, right? And I just clicked on that. It comes up in a PDF. Now, I think if your phone doesn't support PDF, or if you have a phone that doesn't really have a PDF reader, then you can get that. But it's loading up right now, so you'll see what I'm talking about here once it loads up. Come on. Let's do this. Come on. You can do it. I guess when my phone loads a little slow, sometimes I kind of like give it some encouraging words. Cannot display PDF. I don't know why. Okay. But basically, and then it'll show you. Let's see if this one will work. This little web thing. Okay, here we go. Okay. That's the first page. I don't know what I'm doing here, but yeah. So there you go. You got the table of contents, Form 10K, letter to shareholders. Let's go to the letter to the shareholders. Come on. Okay. Dear fellow shareholders, da 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 da, and then it'll just tell you all the stuff you need to know. And that's interesting. That is completely interesting, simply because you as an investor have to invest your money in what you know is going to gain you profits. The reason why the stock market is such a scare to a lot of people is because they don't know what is going to happen. Just like you can't really tell what's going to happen in 5 or 6 days. You can't really tell what's going to happen in a month or a year. You just have to kind of hope for the best, but you have to kind of inform yourself on the things that you're going to be investing your money in, simply because it's your money. You don't want to waste your money, just like you don't want to throw your money away. You want to kind of like have your money work for you. And that's what, you know, most people invest for, is to have their money. It's hard to kind of figure out because you got to do like test trials and stuff like that. Just like I've been doing test trials and stuff like that. You know, if I were to go to Betterment or Acorns or something, Acorns is a okay app to use if you prefer to just kind of put your money into a account where it invests your money for you in different ETFs, and you know you get dividends from that, and it splits up the money for you, and it kind of invests your money for you without you having to really do anything. That's a good way to get started, you know. But mainly, if you want to kind of advance that and kind of like invest your money into what you want to invest it in, you know, just like here, I have three dividend shares here. I have FSC, and then I have the Wheeler, and then I have the MFA. Now, for my little history or whatever, I'm gonna go to dividends here. So when I first started, as you can see, I started out with the full and then the PME. Now the PME is what I bought. That was like $1.42 a share, and they paid 1 cent per share. Now that's pretty cool because $1.42 is not a whole lot. So if you got $20 or $30, you can buy at least, or let's say $25. You can buy at least like no, $30. I made a mistake. If you buy at least 20 shares and you got like what, $28 and some change, you know. So that's the whole point that I'm trying to make, and then that means that you will be earning for that $20, you will be earning 20 cents. Now it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but if, let's say, over the course of, you know, 12 months you accumulate a thousand shares for that company, then that's like what, $10 just for you having it in there. And they pay quarterly, I believe. They pay quarterly. So that would mean that you would earn, you know, after that $10 every 3 months. And then that's only you having that one share. That's only you having that one share. And then let's say for this full dividend share, it was I had 5 shares, and then it was like three 3.5 cents per share. So you take that, and you basically have like what, it says 18 cents, but that's only for 5 shares. How much did I buy that for? I forgot how much I bought it for. I think it was like $2 and some change, 258, I think it was. And then after that, for that month, and then the next month after that, and then the next month after that, after PME was unreliable to me because when I got it, it was okay. It paid me for that month, and then the next month after that. No, actually, it's monthly, I believe. No. 4, 6. Yeah, I think it's like quarterly. Yeah. So after it paid me that, and then up here, it didn't pay me. It's not coming up. So maybe maybe it's gonna come out in July or the month or August or something like that. I don't know, but for me, it wasn't showing up any dates that they were going to release the dividends or anything like that. So I kind of did my research on that, and I was excited at first because it was so cheap. So that means that kind of shows me that not every cheap stock is going to be reliable. Just like, these the FSC, I believe that cost about what? I think I bought that at 509. Yeah, 509. So I'm at a loss of like what, 27 cents. But by keeping my money in this share, in this company, I'm getting dividends that's going to cover that anyway. And then who's to say that this share isn't to increase back up and shoot to $6 or something like that? If it's paying you money, then sometimes you're not really worried about the losses that you have today, because tomorrow it may get better. Then again, it may get worse. You kind of gotta have the tolerance for risk. As far as me, I'm at a high tolerance for risk simply because I'm not putting in the money to get money out that same day or a week later. I'm kind of building up for the future. Like, I want to save for, put money in for about like 5 years or something like that, for instance. So I'm going to be in it for that 5 years. And then after that 5 years, if things start to look down, then, I kind of pull out as far as like what, what I want to do. And then for the other share, Wheeler, that's $1.52, as opposed to the PME. Let's go back and check the dividends for that. Wheeler, that's been paying me what? April, that's the 4th month. May, that's the 5th month. June, that's the 6th month. So it pays about every single month. And it's been reliable because every single month is paying out. Every single month, if we look Wheeler up on the NASDAQ here, yeah, there we go. If we look that up on the NASDAQ, then it'll show us that for all these months, it pays monthly. 1, 2, 3, 4, January, February, March, April, May, June. And for that, it pays about 2 cents per share. I think it rounds it up on Robinhood. I'm not completely sure. But the payday is the 31st of July. So, yeah. But basically, it's reliable. Because if you look down, it goes all the way back to 2012. And it stays reliable every single month for about 4 years. Not 4 years, but 3 years. At least 3 years. And probably a month or something like that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, at least 3 years. And some months. Almost 4. So, And as you see here, the dividend has kind of dropped down a little bit. But for me, I kind of feel that if it's a cheap stock, then you kind of got to be on your toes about it because it's not really gonna be reliable. But for me, as far as like what I'm doing now is, I'm trying to build up on dividends and then have those dividends reinvested, and then like, because 18 cents is not a lot, it's not enough to get a share, but at the same time you have those shares and you start building up those shares and it starts giving you dividends on dividends on dividends, then you basically have what you call the ripple effect, you know or the dripping effect. You got a dividend coming down, and soon enough you're going to have enough shares where it's going to have you have enough to buy another share of that stock. And then once you start getting those shares and it starts to build up, then you got enough to buy 2 shares, and then soon enough you have enough to buy 4, and then enough to buy 8, enough to buy 16, and then it starts kind of exponentially growing. And that's what you want your money to do. You want your money to work for you. You don't want to have to continuously put in money just for you to get shares. You want your money to build up for you to grow your investment, to actually be able to kind of like have your dividends pay for your shares for you, so you don't have to. And that's what all investors look that's what they look for. They look for their investment to be able to work for them, you know. And that's what all the rich people who invest their money, that's what they do. They, you know, research, they, you know, test, because everybody's going to lose money when it comes to the stock market. You can never ever think that you're not going to lose any money. Just like I showed you, I've lost money. But at the same time, I have a different goal in mind. So I'm not really worried about the loss today. But 5 years down the road, I probably will be. So if you're going to invest, one of those key things that you have to know, and those one of the key things that you have to realize, is that you're going to lose money. You're going to fail sometimes, but you kind of got to find what works for you. There's people who do day trading and make money off that. There's people who do dividend investing and makes money off that, but they can't day trade because they don't, really know the concept of it. Like me, I do dividend investing mainly because I'm looking to gain those dividends. But as far as day trading, I'm not really conscious about, because I don't really know, I don't know what the basis are of day trading. I know you kind of like buy low, sell high, and I know that concept. But as far as like when it comes to day trading, what stocks to kind of, do that with, I don't know, hey. But as time go on, I may start to kind of dip into that and kind of venture into that and keep my mind open to that, because I never know. Maybe day trading with some stocks could earn me some good money. Who knows? But basically, you kind of gotta figure out what works for you. Figure out what companies is best for you. Find out your risk tolerance and how much you are willing to risk to kind of like gain what you want to gain. So that's all that's all the basics I have. If you have any comments below, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section below. I mean to say, and yeah, you can just ask questions and stuff like that. Maybe people who see your comment will answer your questions, and I'll try and answer the questions as best as I can. So yeah, That's about it for this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long for you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, throw up a like. If you didn't dislike it, let me know in the comment section, what I can improve as far as the video and the quality. And yeah, so share it, subscribe for more videos. And yeah. What else do I want to say? Not completely sure about that, but I'll see you in another video, in the next video. And yeah, be brilliant and stay inspired. It helps. It helps a lot. See you guys in the next video. Peace.